up asking questions to the ceiling fan. Same old answers, different day again. Am I loving who I chose or who was near? Am I staying cause it's safe or cause I'm scared? Got a job that pays the bills but drains my life. Money talks but peace been quiet every night. Clocking hours, trading time for a maybe. Dreams on mute, life running on lazy comfort. Got a way of looking like peace, but peace don't cost you your belief. If it don't stretch me, does it serve me? If it don't scare me, does it hurt me? Is it choice or convenience? Am I standing in my truth or just surviving the season? Is it love or I need this? Am I building my life or just leasing my freedom? Every pack got a price I pay, either now or later, no escape. Tell me, is it choice or convenience? I stayed too long cause it felt familiar. Called it loyalty but it was fear in disguise. He loved me easy, never loved me deep. Fed my body but my soul stayed hungry. Bank account good but my spirit broke. Smiling on the outside, heavy in my throat. Success look pretty on a resume, but joy don't clock in just cause you get paid. I've been choosing less just to feel okay. Settling down instead of rising on my way. If it costs my health it ain't worth. If I lose myself, what's left? Is it choice or convenience? Am I honoring my calling or avoiding the grief? Is it faith or routine shit? Am I trusting God or trusting what I can't lose yet? Every blessing asks a deeper yes. Every shortcut come with interest. So tell me, is it choice or convenience? Convenience keeps you comfortable. Choice makes you accountable. Convenience whispers just stay. Choice says move even if you shake. Convenience feeds the flesh. Choice saves the soul. One cause control. Physically tired from carrying dead weight. Mentally numb from decisions I didn't make. Spirit screaming this ain't it. But silence felt cheaper than the shit. I don't want a life that's easy to explain. I want a life that feels like mine again. And no more almost, no more maybes. I'm done being loyal to what drains me. I choose choice over convenience, even if it costs me sleep and opinions. I choose growth over staying the same, even if comfort don't clap when I change. I choose peace over proving I'm strong. I choose purpose even when it's long. I choose me with intention. No more living by convenience. This ain't about easy, it's about honest. And honesty always pays better in the long run. Steps off, baby. This ain't just a vibe, it's a sanctuary. You just walked into the love palace. Welcome to a daily dose of Dee. Wrap yourself in satin truth. This love ain't rushed, it's velvet smooth. Silk on your spirit, rose in your mouth. Let me show you what healing's really about. Ooh, she don't play with pleasure, nah. Only pours it where it's earned. Let it burn slow. A daily dose of Dee. Let the love run deep and free. One touch and you'll believe. She's the calm, she's the heat, she's the peace you need. Here in the love palace, where even broken ships sail smooth. Anchored down, baby, daily dose of Dee. Your prescription to feel seen. No refills, just show up and drift into healing seas. We don't chase waves, we ride them. She don't beg, she just glows.
There's a word that feels warm when you say it: generous. It sounds like an open hand. It sounds like a deep breath. It sounds like a table with one more chair pulled out just in case somebody needs to sit down. Generosity is not just about money, it's about space, it's about grace, it's about saying, there's enough in me to share. But what happens when you give too much? What happens when you stop giving at all? Today, we are talking about the beauty, the balance, and the boundaries of being generous. Welcome to Daily Dose of Dee. Grand rising, grand afternoon, or grand evening, depending on what time of day you're watching Daily Dose of Dee. I am your host, Goddess Dee of Love. How's everyone doing today? It's Thursday, y'all. It's Friday Eve. We are almost at Friday. I hope everyone's had a good, enjoyable week. And those that got hit by that cold weather, I hope you are finally getting warm today. But then I heard something's coming right back in. So stay warm and be prepared for the next storm, those that are affected by the snowstorm. So here at Daily Dose of Dee, today we're going to call this Thankful Thursday. hmm Thankful Thursday, because the word of the day is generous, showing a readiness to give more of something as money or time that is strictly necessary or unexpected. And our quote of the day is, a kind gesture can reach a wound that only compassion can heal. Okay? So I am so happy that you came here today because as I stated, we're diving into a world that feels like a warm hug. So let me go ahead and hug y'all. But it's also a massive challenge. This is the word generous. Now, if you've been watching the Grammys and if you're in tune to different type of music, you should know that artist Darren Bernard had a track called Generous that dropped last year. You know, he's talking about that all access pass kind of industry, giving it giving it all without the fine print. But what does it actually mean to be a generous person? Well, I'm going to pull back the layers today on this, okay? Because when we talk about the word generous, we're talking about someone who gives freely and willingly. It's not forced. It's not even pressure, not guilted into. So let's go ahead and dissect the word. The word generous comes from the Latin word generosus, which meant noble birth. The root genus means kind or class. So way back then, to be generous was to be noble in character. So now over time we're getting back to the present time, right? The meaning shifting from noble by birth to noble by behavior. Now isn't that something, family? Generosity stopped being about status and started being about spirit. It's no longer about what family you came from, it's about what flows from you. Today, the key meanings revolve around a readiness to give more of something, whether that's money, time, or even just grace, then it's strictly necessary or accepted. It's that extra mile energy. Y'all feel me? When we talk about the other meanings of generosity, it's about abundance in spirit. It's given freely without resentment. It's offering more than the bare minimum. It is choosing compassion over ego. It's not keeping score. And that last one, that one right there, that separates the real from the performative. We're not keeping score. All right, Love Palace family. We're going to take a quick commercial break. If you're driving, go ahead and keep your eyes on the road. If you're doing laundry, yes, go ahead and match them socks together. And if we're at work pretending to busy while listening to Daily Dose of Dee, be careful. I see you. Don't get caught. I'll be right back right after these messages.
The word of D-Day is generous, meaning a readiness to give more of something, like money or time, than is strictly necessary or expected, showing kindness toward others.
I start on left their feet and with sand. Ocean knows my name before I ever speak back. Salt in the skin, wind in my hair. Standing where water meets sky, I'm aware. I look up once, heaven responds. White light moves through, truth carries on. Had to walk alone, never did. Body and clothes keeps me for what I skill. He don't say much, just stands his ground. Every near miss, he was around. I'd only pray to touch the night. I carry it all. I carry it fine.
Welcome back, family. Welcome back. If you did not get a chance to catch the episode of Blended Healing today, it was very, very good. I'm going to just tell y'all the title, The Hairline Crack. So if you didn't get a chance to go check that out, go ahead and first, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to Blended Healing Realms. Then hit the like button. Then share. Then hit the notification button so you know when she has that wonderful, good content. She's been having these series and they've been amazing. So go ahead and tap into Blended Healing Realms, okay? So we're going to continue our discussion today because we are talking about generous, the heart that gives without losing itself. So I hope on that break you stretched your neck and got your stretch in because we about to get into the types of generosity. Okay? So in today's society, right, we usually break uh, so between psychology and social science, let me be correct in saying this, they break down the four specific types of generosity, right? So the first type is obviously, right, the material generosity. You know this one, right? This one is the one everybody either does or does not do, right? So this one is opening that wallet, that purse, that pocketbook. This is money, food, tangible support, helping someone cover rent, buying someone groceries for a family in need, donating clothes. But real material generosity doesn't announce itself with the spotlight. It doesn't be like, oh, well, I did this and I gave you that and I put the spotlight on me because I did all these things. No, material generosity, it moves quietly. It understands that resources are meant to circulate, not to suffocate in one place. Mhm. So the second type of generosity, this has to do with your time, which is about opening your space and making people feel welcome. Now let's be honest, family. Time might be the most expensive thing we own. When you sit with someone who is grieving and you don't rush them, when you show up to support your friend's small business launch, even though you're tired, when you put your phone down and give someone your full attention, that's generosity at its finest, the time generosity. So here we go again. Yes, Dee is going to talk about it. Emotional generosity. This is being present and holding space for someone else's feeling. And this one requires maturity. It requires giving grace. It's to choosing understanding over immediate judgment. And it's forgiving when your pride wants revenge. Did you hear that? Let me say that one for me. It's forgiving when your pride wants revenge. Emotional generosity says, I will not weaponize your mistake against you forever. Emotional generosity says, I will not weaponize your mistake against you forever. That is emotional generosity. Now, this fourth one, this is the knowledge generosity, which is about introducing people, opening doors, and sharing your social capital to help someone else level up. Sharing what you know, teaching someone how to build, grow, and elevate, not gatekeeping opportunities, not hoarding all the wisdom. Knowledge, generosity is what creates a legacy. So, to see these things in action, we look at all forms of generosity. So, the purest form, where you give simply because you want to help with zero expectation of a thank you or even a tax break. You have the reciprocity generosity, which is more of a pay it forward or I've got you because you got me exchange. This is what help builds community. Lastly, there's that situational generosity, which is the sudden urge to help during a crisis or a specific moment of need. So we're going to take this pause, go ahead and refill your beverage. Check your bank account real quick. Make sure you're not being generous with money you don't have. I'm just messing with you. I'm just saying. But I'll be right back right after this message to go ahead and continue this conversation about generosity.
I recently heard about the 3 different kinds of generosity, and I love it. So I want to share it with you. If you're new here, hi, I'm Sean, and I help you to trust your instincts again so you can find that passion and unshakable confidence that you once had and bring it back into your business and your relationship. But the first kind of generosity is the most obvious kind of generosity. Generosity with your money, sharing your financial resources, and nothing world shaking there. The second kind of generosity, whoa, I'll switch camera angles. The second kind of generosity is another obvious one. It's being generous with your time. And once again, nothing earth shaking there. People who are incredibly generous often spend their time helping people. But the third kind of generosity, and I'll be honest with you, this is the one that challenges me because I, as you may have seen from my videos, am very kind of settled and grounded. And that's generosity with your energy, which is different. Now, right now I'm in my normal zone, but if I amp it up and I bring this video, I look a lot more like the people who you probably follow on TikTok, who are really, really generous with their energy. They're the kind of people that it is really fun to interact with. And so, I want to share that with you because being generous with your energy can help in your relationship and in your business. So like and follow for more.
Where the love at? I see black hatred. Come on, bruh. Why come y'all still be on that fake shit? Come on, bruh. How you black hating on blacks? That shit racist. Come on, bruh. If they don't give it back to us, then should we just take it? Come on, brother. Where the love at? I see black hatred. I see it. Brother. Why come y'all still be on that fake shit? Come on, brother. How you black hating on blacks? That shit racist. Come on, brother. If they don't give it back to us, then should we just take it? Come on, brother. Brother. Come on, brother. Go. Yeah, each one and teach brother. Come on, brother. Go. Brother. You tired of seeing people suffer, my brother? Go, brother. Hey, come still in that emergency state. Go red at the date. If we don't get the act right, it just might be too late. No longer the wait. It's about time we elevate. I know you love to talk down and debate, but how we gon' find a way to keep the kids from getting hit by bullets dead straight on the switch of a gun that didn't fucked up the aim? Don't trip, I'm still pulling up on Saturday at 2 or even 2:30. Big mouthpiece back to clear up your vision, cause I know it's been getting blurry. They say that boy funny and he's strictly good vibes only. COC money land and this G is still the homies. Don't forget every other mental health money to come pull up on me. At about 2:45, we can go live like it's us only. Surely but surely, old boy said he my dog, but this I heard he been hating on me. Hey, hold up, homie, come on, brother. Where the love at? I see black hatred. Come on, my sister, don't you know you are destined for greatness? Come on, sister, I put big brother mouthpiece in your playlist. Come on, sister, with your twin husband, see that's tasteless. Come on, sister, where the love at? I see black hatred.
Welcome back. Make sure you tune in this Saturday, 2 days from today, to Big Mouthpiece. Come on, brother. I'm sure he's going to have a good topic for us because he always does. And then don't forget, like he said, that he has that mental health Monday, every other Monday. Go ahead and hit that notification button and you will know when he will be on Monday and the times that Come On Brother and his channel will be on. All right? So I'm so happy if you're still locked in with me at Daily Dose of Dee because we're not done yet talking about generosity, being generous. I want to talk about those pillars that hold up generosity. Yeah, those pillars. Because, when you have pillars, it helps hold things together. And there's 3 of those when it comes to generosity. So that first pillar is empathy. You cannot be generous if you cannot feel. Let me go ahead and repeat that for you. You cannot be generous if you cannot feel. Empathy is what allows you to see someone else's struggle and not minimize it. It shifts you from that's unfortunate to how can I support. That very first pillar is really important, that empathy, right? So then you have the second pillar, and that is the pillar of humility. Generous people don't need a trophy every time they give. They don't constantly remind you of what they've done. This type of generosity keeps gener- keeps them pure. Excuse me. Without humility, giving turns into branding. So this is the person that, like I stated before, oh, do you know what I did for this person and that person? And they want people to say, oh, that's so nice. And they want that trophy. But the pillar of generosity, one of the pillars is just being humble, right? Let's go to that third one. And yes, yes, family, this is going to be boundaries. Yes, boundaries, believe it or not, belong in generosity. Because if you give until you're empty, you're not generous, you're depleted. Let me say this again for you. If you give when you're empty, you're not generous, you are depleted. Boundaries protect your peace. So your giving stays joyful inside instead of being resentful. Mhm. It protects your peace so that you are feeling good inside and able to give. Not being resentful giving because you don't have it. Yes, boundaries is one of the pillars, actually the last pillars of generosity. There are also qualities you find in every person who lives this way. They have the quality of being aware. You can't be generous if you're living in a bubble. Okay? If you're living in a bubble, that means the bubble's covering you. Ain't you don't want nothing to affect you. You don't want to be around nobody. You cannot be generous if you're living in a bubble. So you need to be aware. You have to actually see the needs of others. Intentionality. Intentionality. Generosity is an accident. It's a choice you make when you even leave the house. Mhm. Abundant mentality. Have you heard this word before? Abundance mentality. This is the big one. Generous people believe there's enough to go around. They don't view life as a pie where if you get a slice, they get less. They believe the oven is always on. Now, awareness, intention, and abundance mentality, these are some qualities of a generous person. Generous people are consistent, excuse me. They have joy and they have discernment. When they have consistency, they give it consistently. Not just when the cameras are rolling or people are around just to be acknowledged. They feel joy in helping others succeed and they have discernment. They know when someone needs help and when someone is taking advantage. hmm That's where that discernment comes in. Because, I'm up here talking about generosity. You're like, dang, D, are we supposed to just give and give and give and give? No, you have to have discernment. And with this discernment, when it comes to generosity, you're going to know when someone needs help and when someone is taking advantage. So let's breathe. Let's take a deep breath and let it out. All right. If you're in that group chat, go ahead and check the group chat. If they're in there arguing, don't you get involved. Go ahead and protect your energy, protect your peace. Because when we come back, we're gonna talk about kindness versus generosity right after these messages.
Not everyone deserves your generosity, and that's because some people will take advantage of it. This is one big life lesson that I had to learn. When you're someone that genuinely cares about people and you like to do nice things for people, it goes against your nature to not see how you can help someone to the best of your ability. But I need you to realize how many people see that as a lack of boundaries. When you're always showing up, always making yourself available, people see that as a sign that you can be disrespected. Things started changing for the better in my life when I realized I'm doing all of these nice things and I'm only getting disrespect in return. When you pull back your hand, people start disappearing. The loop was closed on those one-sided relationships. And that is where the balance is. I had to learn to look at people and think, what would you treat me like if I couldn't do anything for you? And I realized how much disrespect I was truly taking in and how much my kindness was being taken advantage of. And the solution to this is that you still give. Keep your big heart. Just be more aware and be more selective. It's a privilege to have access to you, but not everyone deserves that.
Light it slow, let the spirit rise. Lavish lights dancing in your eyes. Herbal healing flowing through my veins. Smoke of the ancestors calling my name. Every pull of prayer, every breath release. Lavish lights bring the body peace. Lavish lights burning soft and sweet. Chemical essentials where the spirit meets. Grounded in the smoke, lifted in the
Welcome back, family. Now you know y'all can still get them lavish lights at www.shamakaessentials.com. And when I tell you it's so relaxing, you know what? I think after this, I'm about to go get me some lavish life and relax. Okay, y'all feel me? But those are available still on the website. 12 different blends at www.shamakaessentials.com. And those that have already tried them, y'all know what it is. Okay? So, before the break, I said we were going to discuss kindness versus generosity. Do y'all know what the difference is? So, generosity is different from kindness because kindness is being nice. It's a quality of being, it's being friendly, considerate, and ethical. Okay, that's kindness. You can be kind just by not being a jerk at the coffee shop, right? Or at the grocery store, or at the gas station, or at work. Generosity is going beyond nice. It requires an act of giving. Kindness might say, I hope you're okay. Kindness is the vibe, but generosity is the verb. Let me repeat that. Kindness is the vibe, but generosity is the verb. Generosity says, I'm coming over with food. Kindness is polite. Generosity is sacrificial. Kindness is the decision to be nice. Generosity is the decision to be part with something you own, be it your time, your money, or your energy for the benefit of another. So we sit here and we talk about generosity, right? And it sounds like it's really, really easy to do. But here in 2026, people find it really hard to be generous because we're living in a time where the hustle is at the 2.0 or 5.0 or the highest Richter scale it can ever be at. We're living in a hustle culture where we've been conditioned to believe that if we're not hoarding our resources, we're going to fall behind. This is by fear and a scarcity mindset. There's trauma and even social media comparison. People feel like if they give too much, they're losing. And when you've been hurt before, you tighten up so tight, even that generosity tightens up, not just your body. You be like, mm-mm. When you've been hurt, you tighten up even the generosity. You're on guard. You ration your giving. There's a massive scarcity trauma going on right now. hmm Because of the economy and the way social media makes us feel like we're always missing out. We become so protective of our peace and our boundaries that we accidentally build walls where there should be windows. Okay? Yep, you already know I'm going to say it again. We become so protective of our peace and our boundaries that we've accidentally built walls where there should be windows. We're afraid that if we give, we will be depleted in a world that feels unnecessarily volatile. Depletion feels like a death sentence, family. This is why there's balance when it comes to protecting your peace and boundaries as well. So, we've been talking about generosity, why there's a lack of it. There's a rarest form of generosity, and it isn't giving away millions of dollars, even though I'd be happy to win the lottery right now. Go on and give it to me. It's giving grace to someone who doesn't deserve it. That is the rarest form of generosity, giving grace to someone who doesn't deserve it. Let me say that again for me. The greatest form of generosity, D, is giving grace to someone who doesn't deserve it. It's being generous with your interpretation of someone's mistakes. When someone cuts you off in traffic or snaps at you, or and you choose to believe they're just having a hard day instead of being a bad person. That is the level of generosity most of us struggle to reach. I know I have. The rarest form of generosity is emotional generosity with boundaries, being able to forgive without becoming foolish, being able to love without abandoning yourself. The balance is rare. But we have to be honest. I have to be honest with you. Generosity can be maleficent. We've all seen performative giving where someone only helps when that camera is rolling, when you're on this screen, this computer screen, or on TV, or worse, strings are attached to generosity, where a gift is actually a leash. If you give something to someone just so you can hold it over their head later, that's not generosity. That's a transaction described as transformation. Let me say this again. If you give someone something to someone just so you can hold it over their head later. That's not generosity. Mm-mm. That's a transaction disguised as a transformation. And yes, generosity can be very manipulative. Some people give to control. They give so you feel obligated. They give so they can say, after everything I've done for you, that's not generosity. That's leverage. Let's go ahead and roll our shoulders. Yep. After that, yep. Fix your posture, because some of y'all are slouching while y'all listening to this. So sit up like the royal T. You are kings and queens, and we're gonna be right back after this message to go ahead and talk a little bit more about this generosity before I let you go. Right after message.
There's a difference between generosity and kindness. Kindness is being nice. Generosity is going beyond nice.
You are right. Kindness might say, I hope you are okay, but generosity says, I'm coming over to check on you with some food.
Georgia, Georgia. Yeah, just pulled up to the Love Palace. Ain't no cap here, just facts and feels. D and Kel's on the mic, we talking ships, all kinds. Pull up and unpack. Kiss and say. Friendships that held me down through the struggle. Companions who dipped when I stepped out the bubble. Family ties that tug, some tight, some frayed. But we lay it all out, let the truth get played. No judgment, just lessons on velvet chairs. We speak from the gut, raw love, stripped bare. Got a steed, got that glow like sage in the wind. Queen Coles hit the mic, truth spilling again.
Chips, we talk it, we walk it. No filters, just real. Love Palace, the spot where your soul can heal. All them ties, all those vibes, we ain't letting them drown. We lift ships up, never tear them down. With
Situations.
Welcome back, family. Make sure you tune in this Tuesday. The ships are back, and we will be giving you some wonderful, good content that I'm sure you guys will enjoy. That is this Tuesday coming up, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here at the Love Palace at the ships with myself and Queen Carol. Okay, thank ya. So now we're gonna get into the heart of this generosity. The psychology in the heart is very powerful when it comes to generosity. When you give, your brain release feel good chemical, that dopamine, it reduces stress, it builds connection, and it builds connection, excuse me. Humans are wired to have a community, to have bond. Generosity is going to strengthen these bonds. But motive matters. If you're going to give to be accepted, that right there is plain on insecurity. Let me say that again. If you're giving just to be accepted, that is just plain old insecurity. But if you're giving, and if you're giving to avoid abandonment, that's fear. True generosity flows from wholeness. We are literally wired to feel better when we help others. In today's world, we need more than we need generosity more than ever because it's the only way to combat the isolation of the digital world. Now let's talk about being generous with love. Of course, we're going to talk about that. We have the love palette. This means offering reassurance without being asked every time. It means complimenting your partner without waiting for a special occasion. It means being patient during hard conversation. It means not rationing affection as a punishment. Generous, generous love feels safe, like Duran sings about. It means loving without a quota. It's about showing up for your partner and your friends with a full cup, offering information, patience, and physical presence without keeping a scoreboard. It's moving away from I'll love you if and moving toward I love you, period. Why do we need generosity today? Because the world is heavy. People are tired. People are grieving silently. Generosity restores humanity. It reminds us we belong to each other. So, how do we build this? How do we build this family? If you want to gain and maintain a generous spirit, you have to start off small. Start with gratitude. Shift from scarcity to appreciation. Heal your wounds. Heal those wounds, baby, so you're not giving from desperation. And don't forget, set boundaries so you don't burn out. Practice small acts daily. Surround yourself with people who give without competing. Don't try to save the world on Monday. Start by auditing your surplus. What you do, what do you have extra? Maybe it's not money. Maybe you have a knack for organizing things or just a really good listening ear. Once you find your surplus, make a giving appointment. Do y'all hear what I said? Once you find your surplus, that is your overflow, everybody. Once you find that, make an appointment of giving with yourself once a week where you are. Use that surplus for someone else. To maintain this, you must practice self generosity. Y'all hear that? To maintain this, you have to practice self generosity. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you aren't generous with your own rest and self care, your giving with will eventually turn into resentment. Mhm. So there's healthy versus unhealthy generosity. I thought I was getting ready to sneeze. Okay. Modern unhealthy generosity looks like overextending your finances to impress others, staying in toxic relationships because you feel responsible for someone's healing, saying yes when your body and your whole spirit is saying no. It looks like people pleasing. It's the person who pays for everyone's dinner even though they can't pay their own rent, or the person who says yes to every favor until they have a literal breakdown. That's not giving, that's self abandonment. Let me say that again. The person who says yes to everything until they literally have a physical and mental breakdown. When that happens, that's not giving out of generosity, that's self abandonment. Now, healthy generosity looks like giving within your means, supporting others while still honoring yourself, helping without expecting ownership over someone's future. It's that person who says, I can give you money, I can't give you money, excuse me, but I can spend 2 hours helping you build your website. It's giving from your overflow rather than your well. It feels light, it feels joyful, and it leaves both the giver and the receiver feeling empowered rather than burdened. Healthy generosity looks like giving within your means, supporting others while still honoring yourself, helping without accepting ownership over someone's future. So, Love Palace family, we talked a lot about generous today, right? The heart that gives without losing yourself. That's what generosity is. Being generous is a gift, but give it as a surplus. Let me share some closing remarks with you. Be generous, but don't disappear. Be open, but don't unravel. Let your heart stretch, but let your spine stay strong. Give from overflow. Love without keeping receipt. Mhm. Forgive without forgetting your worth. Generosity is not about draining yourself to prove you care. It's about standing so firm in who you are that sharing just feels natural. In a world addicted to taking and taking and just taking and then taking some more, be the reminder that giving still exists. In a culture obsessed with winning, be the one who builds. In rooms that are full of competition, be collaborative. Generous is not a weakness, it's power under control. It's love with wisdom, it's grace with boundaries. And when you leave this episode of Daily Dose of D today, don't just think about who deserves your generosity. Think about how you can embody without losing yourself in the process. That's your daily dose of D today. And baby, stay generous, but stay whole and pure to yourself. I want to thank everybody for coming to Daily Dose of D today as we talked about generous, being generous, the heart that gives. You feeling me? Yes. I thank everybody for coming to this episode today on Thankful Thursday. Yes, be thankful today. Be thankful and generous. Most importantly, be generous to yourself. Generosity is about self generosity first. Remember that, Love Palace family. Do not give from an empty cup because then it's going to drain you. It's going to make you have resentment or start making you have resentment. Have self generosity first and be balanced. Okay? Now, it's Thankful Thursday. I'm not sure if I'm going to be on here tomorrow. I'm going to try to, but the way you're going to know is because you know what, you have that notification button hit, right? If you got that notification button, you going to know when Daily Dose of Dee is going to be on it. But just in case I'm not, everybody have a great weekend. Safe. Be generous. Spend some time, a little bit of time with yourself, or however much you need to rejuvenate. And most importantly, spend time with your loved ones, people that love you genuinely and purely, that make you happy. But remember, you can make yourself happy, and then that happiness goes to others. So, like I said, it is free to the 99 to like, share, and subscribe. It's free to do that. That's how you can be generous here at Daily Dose of Dee. You can just go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe. This is a good method. Share it out. Peace and love to everybody. I will see you all real soon. Have a good rest of a thankful Thursday. And if I am not back on here on Friday, have a nice weekend. And I will see you at Saturday at Big Mouthpiece or in these YouTube streets. Just depends. Peace and love.
Soft light, evening glow. She met us and she'll let the magic flow. Bath and spray, a gentle star, body butter.
It's a secret. Coming soon. Stay tuned.
Every drop, every sin.
We are creating something wonderful. Stay tuned. It's a secret.
Hey, Queen Kels, do you want to give them a hint? Blended. No yet. We are still working on the surprise, so shh.
Every night, every wave, if your spirit rises.
Many people have generous hearts. The problem with those who are excessively kind and who give generously is that they are often neglected and disrespected. It's a sad reality because when you have a big heart, you tend to give everything without expecting anything in return. Saying no is not in our habits. We say yes, so as not to disappoint those we love. With a big heart, we get used to being hurt, to being deceived, to being broken, and yet we forgive because we are too good, too kind. You see, when you have a big heart, you put your own life aside for those you love. But they never ask how we are. They never care about our happiness. No, because they don't care. We lie to them while smiling, and one day these people who are too good, too nice, break down. It's the drop of water that makes the vase overflow. They have accumulated too much pain, and all these people who neglected them then come to reproach them for their change, their coldness. They don't understand how one can become like this heartless. They don't know that it's because of them that these people have changed.
She don't just love, she heals and keep. Let go, let flow. Daily dose of Dee. In the land is free. In the love palace, ships dock even key. Yeah, we guide the tide. God is deep. Whispering back when your heart needs reminding. D is divine, D is daily, D is love. A daily dose.